Speaking of kids and stuff like that, do you remember as a kid, like your birthday parties? Did you have any big birthday parties as
Tons
kids?
of them.
I don't remember having any real birthday parties at places.
Dude.
I
We would
remember-
have them at our house.
Yeah, I would too. But like, I do remember being a little kid, like probably 5 years old, having the birthday at McDonald's where you got the McDonald's cake, which was so cool. And then like whenever I was a preteen, there was like a teen town in West Frankfort, Illinois, which was so cool. And it was essentially a dance club for kids, which is kind of weird, but it was so much fun. And I would have
Club Pepper.
I had, that I was probably 12 or 13 turning at Teen Town, and there was a DJ, and we were dancing and holding
the
hands.
place was called Teen Town?
Yeah, Teen Town. It was awesome.
Teen Town.
So there was like pool tables and foosball and TV.
That's pretty awesome.
It was a place where teens could go
Teens.
to feel safe around other teens.
The dance floor,
Teen Town.
it was like
Teen
mostly
Town.
lit, but then the dance floor was really dark, and they had booths,
Ooh.
So there was
So
like
for making out.
making out, hand holding.
You ever been to Teen Town,
man.
Rafe?
Yeah, I think we had do coin hacks. Trying to just remember what it was called. It's called like the Leaping Lizard or something like that. But yeah, it was pretty much.
Pretty much Teen Town.
Yeah. It was called something like that. But it was like you go. It was like a lounge for teens.
Southern
To
Illinois,
hang out.
baby.
It was like a teen bar. Is really what it was. It
Yeah.
was like your starter bar. It was like Fisher Price. Teen starter bar.
Dude, it was because like you'd go in the bathrooms, girls are crying, not wanting to come out of the stall.
Yeah, I'm talking about when you were like elementary school.
Yeah, I had a big one. Do you guys remember Discovery Zone when those rolled out?
Oh yeah.
It was about to open, and I think it opened on my birthday. And for some reason that year, my mom decided to drop some money, I guess. But she rented like the very first day it opened was my birthday party, and it was the coolest, man.
I bet.
Having your friends come over there and get to climb around on those gross toys, it was awesome.
If I remember in elementary school, well, first of all, I have an August birthday.
Yes.
So I never got to hand out the invites in school.
Oh.
Lucky.
I never got to have my mom come in and bring cupcakes.
Hey, but you're getting the revenge because you get the urge for your 45th.
Yes.
Good point.
All right.
Yes.
Get your tickets.
Yeah, they didn't come to
Get
my
your tickets
birthday
now.
party when I was a kid.
Yeah, I was jealous of the kids who had birthdays during the school year because, moms would come in and bring cupcakes to the entire class and there'd
Yeah.
be some kind of celebration because it's Chris's birthday today.
Right.
And I remember they threw the summer kids a bone by having like one day where it was like the summer kids' birthday. Like, we're going to celebrate all the kids who had their birthdays in the summer. Don't patronize me.
Right.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to make us feel good. Thanks for the effort, but it's not working.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, if you were invited to another kid's birthday party, it was at their house.
But that was cool because then you got to see where everybody got to live, and you can compare like some people, like I'll never forget one of the chicks, her name was Raylen. She was like the richest chick in my grade, the cutest, had everything. And going to parties at her house were so kick-ass because they just spared no expense. It was like unlike anything you've ever done, movies, TP and soap and cars at the 212, anything you want.
Wow.
Janet, the mom, would buy whatever you want for the girls.
One of my
Makeovers.
earliest memories of going to a kid's birthday party, I think it was in second or third grade, and I went to a public school in Queens, New York, and a lot of Koreans. Like, I was the minority in my class. Like, it was a very Korean area. I remember going to this kid's house, and I don't know, it may have been, we had a kid in our class named Bumsuck, who later changed his name to Joey. Bumsuck Kim was his name.
Okay.
I like it.
And I remember going to his house, and always the food, it was ethnic food. It was Korean food.
Sure.
So they served the kids
That's
Korean
awesome.
food. And I remember the kid's grandmother coming in with a tray full of egg rolls and tripping.
Oh, no.
And the egg, like 50 egg rolls everywhere.
Oh, no. And they're probably delicious. Everybody was bummed.
I think
They
she
were
picked them up
literal.
off the carpet, and I think we still ate them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely you did.
Poor Bumsuck's grandmother.
Yeah.
See, that's cool. Growing up in Southern Illinois, there was like no, I mean, I don't know if there is now, there was no diversity, So all my friends were white kids. That was it. So
Yeah.
I'm jealous of your Bumsuck experience.
And Bumsuck Jupiter Kim was his
Yeah.
name.
And I love that you remember his name.
Well, how could you not? That name is ingrained in my head.
I know, but it's nice that you did that.
Bum suck, paper cut, Get in a line.
But I also remember he changed his name to one summer he came back and he was Joey.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Reinventing
cool.
himself.
Yeah.
What year was that? Like, how old were you when that happened?
I was in second grade.
Interesting.
Third grade. I also went to high school with a kid named Rizzuto. He was
Cute.
Indian. And then one summer he came back and he was Paul.
Okay.
All right.
Did kids think like, I also would like to change my name? Like I would, if I were in your grade and everybody was coming back with different names, I'd been excited.
Because in those kind of cases, you go, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. But here's the dilemma this one dad has, and I don't remember this being a thing when I was in my elementary school years. So this dad, single dad, his daughter's turning 8 years old, and the teacher said that he has to invite the entire class to her birthday party.
Yeah.
Which is not being held at the school. So if you're going to have a birthday party for your daughter, you have to invite all the kids. And the dad said, that's ridiculous. Told his teacher, that's ridiculous. And he says, that wasn't a thing when he was in elementary school. He said the teacher doesn't want any kid, the teacher doesn't want to have any kid feel left out.
Yeah.
So therefore, they all must be invited. So does a teacher have a say in your kid's birthday party?
Yeah, I think she's got to kind of protect the peace of her classroom. So if you're handing out
invitations,
in class, then some
I
kids are
think-
going to be confused.
I think, obviously it's his birthday party. He can do what he wants, but maybe it's good that she's suggesting this because he may not realize, like, oh, some of these kids that are weird in class, my son's not friends with yet, actually need to come here because then it helps them grow and get out of their weird shell and become normal. So it's actually a good thing.
Yeah, I think for the most part, if you hand out invitations at school, you got to invite every kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're doing
not,
it there.
then,
Do it in the hallway or wait for the parents, when they pick up the kids and you go give them to them as a
Or
parent.
every parent's on Facebook
Right.
now.
Yeah, isn't there like a little directory people get whenever your kids are in school? And
Yeah. They call it, at my kids' elementary school, it was the Buzz Book.
The Buzz Book.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you just go through
You go through the Buzz
who are you
Book.
friends with? You ask your kid, and they say, oh, I like these people.
Listen,
And you
I
call their
think
parent.
part of growing up is rejection.
It is. It's a good
It's a
thing
good
to know.
thing.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before on here, and we have cultivated a world. Not to sound like a grandpa, but
Well, you are a grandpa.
we've
so.
cultivated a world where kids don't handle rejection. You don't have to be rejected anymore. We've created apps for dating. You don't have to ask anyone. You only see people that swipe right on you. You only see people that want to have at least expressed interest. You don't have to just go for it anymore. You don't have to just ask someone out and risk them being like, what? Hell no. Oh, you didn't say hell no. You could have just said no. Everything we've done has created, which is great. I love that are creating inclusive spaces. But at the same time, the world is not always an inclusive space. And I feel like you have to build up that inoculation to rejection. You have to build that up. You got to build up your immune system to not getting a job, not getting to go out on a date with the person you want to go out on a date with, not may not be famous.
I agree with that, but as a 7-year-old, do you need to start feeling that in elementary school?
No, I'm not. I'm not necessarily talking about this specific case. But
Guess who got invited to Bumsucks party? This guy.
Right.
Oh, I didn't get an invite.
But no, I think variations of it, not hard rejections, but for instance, I have a friend who their son did not make the select team for his sport.
Yeah.
And obviously that was a learning moment because this kid, has been playing sports, thought automatically it all happens because mom and dad have done such a good job of making it all happen. And then the team that he really wanted to be on, he didn't get on. And so that was a parenting lesson too, I think. Parents also kind of go through their kids' rejections and how to handle it.
You live through your kids.
Yeah.
So you're going to learn eventually.
Stop.
Yeah, but I think it's better just to be.
Living through my kids?
Yeah, that's a problem, man.
Yeah, I think it's better to just be one of those.
You can't help it.
Let Scott get his thought out.
Nah, it's all right. You guys go.
Come on.
It's
do
done.
a dad off.
I wanted to start arguing
You
with
guys
him.
are losing that one.
I
You
think
don't get
that's
it.
the problem half the time is that parents try to relive their own That's what messes your kids up half the time.
Well, yes, if you put too much pressure on your kids, I'm talking silently going, oh, I wish you made that select team.
Yeah, you don't. It's hard for you to handle their rejections, but I also think we project ourselves onto our kids and our own failed dreams and our own failed realities,
I've
and
seen
then we're
that.
like, and then it's like these weird. So it builds these weird parent-kid relationships where they don't measure up, or they're not doing the thing. They're not into the stuff you were into, and you try to push them into things
Trust me, I've
you
seen
want.
that as a hockey parent.
Yeah, dude, it's not healthy.
As a hockey parent, seeing some of these parents put so much pressure on their kid.
Yeah.
And then the kid is good, okay? And then he burns out quickly because it's hockey 24/7.
Right.
And the kid can't be a kid.
Yeah,
There's
his
so
dad-
much pressure on him because of his parents.
Right. His dad's up in the stands like, yeah, if I didn't blow my knee out in 93, I probably would have, I'm sure the Blues would have drafted me. Like, people stuck in their own,
Yeah.
Stuck in their own childhood, stuck in their own high school day. The glory days. There's always the glory day dad.
Yeah.
Don't be the glory day dad.
Do you see me as a glory day dad?
I don't think
no,
so.
I'm not. No, you
Nah,
could
you're
silently,
I don't think so.
hope for your kid to make the select team and be there if there is rejection.
For sure.
Is your son playing baseball?
No.
All right. Yeah, you'll be all right. Like if he was playing baseball instead of hockey, and you didn't get
My
to live
kid
out
is
your
so
Derek
bad at
dreams.
throwing.
Ooh, yeah.
My kid is so bad at throwing a ball.
You're like, that's my boy.
I could be straight in front of him and he'll throw it directly to the right into the woods.
Yeah.
Love
I
that
think
for
he's-
him.
Maybe baseball's not your thing.
He's
now.
good at first. He's good at first pitches, but not the other, right?
That's how we came across two turtles having sex in the woods.
Because the ball that
The
he
boy
threw
threw the
there.
ball in the woods.
See,
go.
he's a great thrower. He found something neat from that.
A butterfly flaps its wings,
Yeah.
Next thing you know.
But was there? Did anybody remember a party they weren't invited to when they were younger?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Or slumber
Yeah.
parties galore.
Several.
Cried myself to sleep. Yep. Jessica, why?
Still not over it, huh?
I chopped wood. Became stronger. Became harder.
I guess what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Am I right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
there were songs written about it.
Yes.
That's right.
Also, how about this? I can't afford a party for 30 kids. So
Yeah.
I'm going to invite every kid in the class, but don't hand out the invitations in class, you dope. That's the only. Yeah, the teacher can't tell you what to do outside of school.
Be discreet.
Of course, be discreet about it. And no, I don't live vicariously through my kid. I don't want to give anybody that wrong impression
Okay. Thanks for setting us straight on that.
because that is damaging towards a kid. But I
Come on. I need this, son.
Yeah.
Why, Dad? I don't.
Why are you
I
sweating,
just want to
Dad?
have fun.
There's always that one dad, too, and I always felt bad for the kid that, like, would sit by himself, wouldn't sit with the other parents, sit like a lawn chair down the first baseline. His son would be pitching, and he'd be yelling stuff at him the whole damn game. But didn't want to take the time to actually coach the team. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
He didn't want to put in the hours. He just wanted to coach his kid. And he would, what it was really doing was making this kid's experience totally miserable and making sure the spotlight was on you, right? Like you're not sitting with the other parents. You're sitting down here in a lawn chair by yourself. In every single town I went to, there was that dad that was like sitting by himself, like, come on, Scotty, throw strikes. He's just like, hey, dude, you're not helping. This kid looks like he's about to bust out in tears on the mound. You're a piece of garbage.
Yeah, you're in your 40s,
Yeah, man.
clearly drunk.
Yeah, exactly. And there's
You're in your
always
40s,
that.
You're drunk.
Yeah, man.
These are 10-year-olds playing. For God's sakes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh yeah. And listen, there's there and.
It doesn't kill you not to get invited to a
and
party
don't
every once in a while.
don't say that's not a new thing. That's been an always thing.
Always.
I remember that when I was playing Little League.
Yeah, dude.
That was an always thing.